Okay, you guys, so today I'm filming an everyday look. This is going to be a little bit more in depth than some of you guys want to do for an everyday look. I get that, but by everyday look, I simply mean it's a look that's not too dramatic to be going to work in, going to school, going to shop around, stuff like that, okay? I know that this is going to be a little bit more in depth than some of you are used to. I know there's going to be a lot more steps than some of you guys want to do when getting ready for the day. I totally understand that, but this is a tutorial and you guys are to tweak it however you want to do, however fits your life. Obviously, there's going to be things that you guys feel like you can leave out, skip, add to, whatever it is, okay? I'm just here to kind of give you tips and tricks and show you what I would do for an everyday look, okay? So guys, I hope you guys enjoy. Also, this is going to be drugstore, even the brushes. I think there's one brush that I use that, but it's It Cosmetics, that is not obviously drugstore. And my concealer, just because I'll explain that later in the video. But other than that, everything is drugstore. Some products are new to me, so maybe I can check in with you guys next time and let you know how the new products worked for me throughout the day. But let's just jump on into this and get started, okay? Thanks for watching. So we're going to start off by priming our face. My favorite drugstore primer is Baby Skin by Maybelline. It is a pore perfecting primer. It's a gel-like consistency. It's clear, and I put it on my T-zone where my pores are the largest. You'll see me looking down a lot in this video, and that's because my mirror is obviously down here. Okay, so also in this video, I'm going to be using some products that I've never tried before that I just bought the other day. And I'm kind of excited. They're not brand new, but they're new to me, and they're newer on the market. For my foundation today, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. I got color 202 Creamy Natural. I don't always use this sponge. I sometimes use a brush. This foundation claims to be a medium coverage. I would agree with that. It's definitely not like a BB cream, like it's not the lightest coverage I've ever had, but it's definitely not full coverage either because I can still see my skin. Okay, so the only part of this video that I'm not going to be using drugstore product for is my concealer. I'm going to be using my Tarte Tape Shape. The only reason that is because I don't currently have a concealer that is light enough for my skin. But a good drugstore brand that I really like in concealer, obviously there is the one, the Age Rewind that everyone loves, and swears by. I like that one as well. But I also, for a more even heavier duty concealer, I like the Master Conceal by Maybelline. So I'm going to take my Tape Shape and I'm going to put it under my eyes. And since this is an everyday look, this is something that I do every day. Going to work, just running to the store, whatever, unless I'm not wearing makeup at all. But to me, this is part of my everyday look. If this is not, you definitely don't have to highlight anywhere. You could just stick to concealing the under eyes. And if you don't have dark circles, you don't even have to do that. Okay, so now that that's done, I am going to set my concealer and just my overall foundation. Now to set my concealer, I once again am going to go in with my Fit Me powder. This is in the translucent. And then another new product that I got that I've never tried out before is the Milani face powder. I got shade 2 light medium. It looks pretty pale to me. It looked like it was going to match my skin tone, which is what I was looking for because I want it to actually set my foundation, not highlight or anything like that. So I'm just going to take this, and this is my It Cosmetics brush, the powder brush, and I'm going to just set around my concealer where my foundation is. Now I'm going to bronze up my face and all that good stuff using my Wet n Wild Mega Glow contouring palette. I have the shade Dulce de Leche. I think I'm saying that right. Dulce de Leche? I don't know. Here in the South it would be called Dulce de Leche. Okay? Now with this look, I am not going to contour per se. I'm just wanting to give some color to my face, give it more dimension. I do put bronzer where I normally would contour. I just kind of buff it out a little bit more. Okay. I do throw some on my nose. You definitely do not have to. Like I said, this is an everyday look, so you do whatever fits you. And if you are used to doing this and you want to throw it in there, that's great. If it's something that takes you 10 minutes to do, obviously if you're in a rush, just throw it out. This is just something I personally am used to doing, and I do on a regular basis whenever I do my makeup, no matter if it's an everyday look, a glam look, whatever. So next I'm going to do blush, and this is also another new product for me. It's the Jordana, whatever, blush in shade 18 Touch of Pink. It's a matte blush, and it's a very beautiful peachy color. This is the type of color I like to wear on a day-to-day basis. Okay. Now we're going to do eyebrows, and I am using my Revlon Colorstay brow pencil. I've got color soft brown. You get a spoolie on one side, and then you've got obviously your brow pencil. Now, since my eyebrows are looking more like sisters instead of twins, I'm going to go in and clean them up like I did in my previous video. Any flat, small brush will work, and I usually just dip into a little bit of my Tape Shape concealer or whatever concealer that you have. Next, I am going to do my eyes, and I have already primed them. I always use my concealer to prime with, and then I usually go in with the lightest cream shade in whatever palette I'm using, and kind of just lay that down to kind of make my eyeshadow blend a little bit easier. The palette I'm going to be using today is Makeup Revolution London, the Professional Eyeshadow Palette, New-Trals versus New-Trals. It's got some great shades in it. One row, as you can tell, has a warm tone, and then the other row is a cool tone. The only thing that I have wrong with this palette is it does not have enough mattes in it. But I usually can make something work, and that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to make something work for you guys because I really wanted to make this video only using one palette. So I'm going to go with my big fat fluffy brush, the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. Have you noticed yet that I don't use any brushes for what they say they are hardly, but that's okay. That's okay. So I'm going to take this light matte shade right here. It's actually on the cool tone shade, but I don't really think this matters. It's a bone color, and I'm just going to lay that all over my eye, even up to the brow. Next, I'm going to go in with a transition shade, and I'm going to be using this matte neutral color right here, or whatever you feel. Now, transition shade, for those of you who don't know, should be a shade that is probably the lightest shade that you're going to use, other than my initial cream color, but one that's going to help blend the other colors. You don't want it to be too crazy from what colors you're going to apply and layer. Something very neutral most of the time, and it just helps everything layer and blend together. So I just put that in the crease of my eye, and I bring mine up a little bit further than the crease just so you can see it, and I've got hooded eyes, so if I just was to put it in my crease, you wouldn't even be able to tell that I put anything on whenever my eyes were open. So next I'm going to go in with this brush. It's a Wet n Wild brush. It's a little less fluffy than my initial e.l.f. brush that I used for my transition shade. So this is kind of where it gets a little... I'm actually going to go back to the blush that I used earlier. I'm just going to kind of feed this a little bit on top of my transition shade, but not necessarily bringing it up as much. And I'm going to be focusing a lot of this on this outer corner here. So now we're going to go back to our palette, and I'm going to go in with this peach shade right here. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it is a shimmer shade. But once it's blended out, you really can't tell. And I'm going to pop this again, mostly in this outer corner. Okay. Next, I'm going to take this more flatter, still fluffy, but flatter brush. This is the e.l.f. brush. Once again, it's not telling me what the actual name of the brush is. But I'm going to go in with this cranberry shade right here. Sorry, that was my phone. And I'm going to focus this on the very, very outer corner. Okay, so as you guys may be able to tell, hopefully, I'm actually done with my face. I don't know what happened. My camera just turned off, and I had finished everything. So, but looking back at the video, I'm kind of glad I did, because I realized you guys couldn't even see the eyeshadows that I was putting on. So, I'm going to, right now, go over those with you. For the base shade, I used the very first cream color right here. For the transition shade, I used this one right here. For the next shade, I went in with my Jordana blush that I used earlier in the color Touch of Pink. For the next shade, I used this peach shade. And the next one, I used this cranberry shade. And for the very last one, I used a touch of this very deep cranberry shade. On the bottom lash line, I have this cranberry shade that I used with this flat Wet n Wild shader brush. And I just pop that underneath my eye. Okay, so let me just go ahead and go over everything else from there on that I did. I went in and highlighted my cheekbones. It does not give you anything crazy, but for this day-to-day look, I didn't want anything crazy. I really just wanted something that gives you that fresh, dewy look, and I went in with this Sonia Kashuk Chic highlighter stick, and it is in the color Sparkling Sands. It looks like this. It's a cream. To apply it, I put it on fingers and I dab, 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 dab. Now for my lips, I took my NYX lip liner in the color Nude Pink, and I just basically line my lip. Next, I use the L'Oreal Infallible lip paint. It's not drying. It does not dry. It is like a cream lip gloss, or a cream, like a liquid lipstick, I guess you could say. It's not kiss proof. It does not wear for a long time. The color that I have on is Spicy Blush 314. Then what I did was I popped on some drugstore eyelashes. These are the Kiss brand. I don't really know exactly what they're called, but they're the same things pretty much as the Demi Wispies by Ardell. That's my day-to-day go-to eyelash. I know that you had to enjoy my background better than the last one. This one's not as bad. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and please, like I said, give it a thumbs up, a comment, something to let me know that I'm doing the right thing here. So anyway, thank you guys again, and have a great day. Thank you.